Hey guys, Casual Chrono here. I've gone over my farm team and I want to spend a little bit of time talking about my Superboss teams. I have two, and this is the Wind Superboss team, thanks to Sesta and her power. The team basically consists of one character that has extremely high amount of damage, which in this case is Sesta. Sesta has the best weapon I can give her, which in this case is an Elpis dagger. I've found armor that increases damage when she is at max HP, the Ring of Might. And I have a Power Plus and MP reduced badge because her Twin Blade Wolf ability doesn't even use MP. And if the fight goes past 3 rounds, this team will probably not win anyway. So her attack power is 556 as a result of this. And the Grasta she uses are 3 powers of pain. So one has bullseye, which means she does 50% more damage if the enemy has pain, not in another force. One increases damage by 15% as long as it has pain. And the third one is adversity, which increases damage by 30% for every enemy 2 or more. So it doesn't really have any effect if there's only one mob, but I know some Superboss cases like this one and that Kraken creature, with the tentacles and stuff, there's often more than one thing to fight. So adversity, when those kick in, increases her damage by another 30%. Okay. Sesta gets help from the back row characters. I have another katana user in the back. It doesn't really matter who it is as long as it's a katana user, preferably one that also is a wind character. In this case, I have Azami, and she has a Grasta that increases damage by 30% when your character is at max HP. This affects all party members, so this means Sesta gets an additional 30%. In addition, I have Grasta that gives Sesta an extra 300 health and an extra 50 MP for what it's worth. And I have a third Grasta that gives Sesta continual regen. So between that regen and the regen that Ukwaji naturally gives, Sesta should be able to remain at full health. And by remaining at full health, that means this Grasta, the extra 30% damage should take effect. It stacks with all of the Grasta that Sesta already has. So Sesta is a killing machine. Now, in order for her Grasta to be activated, I need a character that provides pain. In this case, I've chosen Suzette. And Suzette, her Grasta also boosts power when characters are poisoned and increases her wind damage a little bit. But her Grasta, they're not even upgraded. They're not particularly useful for this fight. She's not the main damage dealer. The only thing I really have her for is Demonic Thrust, which inflicts Mega Poison and pain and ignores resistance. So as long as she attacks with Demonic Thrust, the character will have pain for hopefully 5 turns. Yifa is there mainly for support. There's 2 skills of hers, and I can't pronounce that, but basically that ability increases strength by 50% until the end of the turn. So this has to be cast every single round in order for this to take effect. She also has an Aurora, which for 3 turns increases the speed of all party members and type attack. So that will help as well during the another force. Her Grasta are nothing particularly interesting. She just has 100% debuff resistance, type debuff, and 100% proficiency resistance. Nothing that really benefits anyone else. And her weapons are anything that speeds her up or reduces her mana consumption. And Soira, her Grasta, just gives her an extra 900 health. And her weapon choices increase her speed. Her armor increases her luck because Soira reduces damage based on her luck skill. If her luck skill, I think, if it hits 500, that means she has an automatic 75% damage reduction at all times. So I'm not there yet, but that's the general idea with Soira. You want her luck to be high to reduce her incoming damage. So if she has 75% reduction and she uses her Foi Sincere, that improves her physical resistance another 50%, and basically she takes very little damage all the time. I also am going to use her Floor Breeze to reduce power and intellect of all enemies, which means the incoming attacks are going to be less powerful as well. So that is the Wind Zone Superboss team that I use for some Superbosses. Sesta's ability is also barrier piercing, so it's great for Superbosses that have barrier. The final position is Ukwaji. By himself, he is not particularly helpful, but he has a passive ability where even so when he's in the back line, he restores all party members' hit points. And I have a badge that improves his restore effects. He has the Poison Lily equipped simply because I'm trying to level it up. I'm sure if I gave him a weapon that had a higher magic power, his heal might be stronger. I haven't really explored that yet with him. So that is my Wind Superboss team, and I will show you a battle that shows off its basically its teamwork. I have the newest sidekick, Pishy. I don't know, the fish thing that regens all party members. So it's yet another way to make sure that Sesta stays at full health so that Azami's Grasta can take effect the extra 30% damage. So that is the Wind team, and I will show you an example of how all of the Grasta and the teammates all support Sesta and her complete slaughter of many, many bosses. So this is my Wind Superboss team that I described earlier, and we're going to test it out on the 3 Ukwajis. Hopefully none of them are null to Wind, because that would be bad.
Is ready.
But if they're not, this will be a good example of how this team works. All right. I don't see any nulls or even any resists. All right, there's a resist for blunt, not a big deal. We have Sesta, who's going to be doing the main damage with Twin Blade Wolf. We have our Pain Poison setter, which in this case is Suzette, but really probably could be anybody. We have AS Yifa, who will preemptively boost some extra power and then speed up the team. And then we have Soira here, who will improve defense and reduce power and intellect, so reduce incoming damage. That's the general idea, and Azami and her Grasta are all designed to support Sesta. So we're going to start off by blowing the AF bar. We're going to set Pain Poison. We're going to, in her case, we're going to hit Starving Wolf a few times and wait for the combo meter to go up before using Twin Blade Wolf. And then basically everyone's going to spam their second ability once. And then everyone's going to be spamming their first ability over and over again, except Sesta, who, when the AF combo meter gets, or the AF bar gets low, I'll switch to Twin Blade Wolf. The idea is we're going to try and knock this one out first. So, let's go. I'm watching the combo meter now, and I'm going to switch to Twin Blade Wolf now. And that took out the first one. Soira's shields did a pretty good job, and then Ukwaji healed back up the team. The second one that must die is the one on the far left. At this point we don't have the AF bar anymore, so we just have to hope that Twin Blade Wolf is strong enough to do the job on its own. The other characters will just use their abilities to either beef up the team or attack. I do check to make sure the Pain and Poison is still on. Some characters it can eventually disappear. Okay. She already has her her resistance up for 5 turns. She's already done the max amount of this, so I'm just going to use Floor Breeze to up this a little bit. So we're going to Twin Blade Wolf and hope the second one now dies.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
And it does. This is the final round with Twin Blade Wolf because the Awakened Wind Zone will disappear after this. So I'm going to use AS Yifa to continue to boost strength because this only lasts until the end of the turn. I check. Pain and Poison are still on. So Suzette can just drag and assault it. And it doesn't really matter what Soira does here, so we'll just Floor Breeze again. But this third Twin Blade Wolf should take down this guy. And that's the example of this Superboss team.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
3-turn Yukuaji clan kill.